What is going on, everybody? It is Big L here, bringing you our third in our series of WPF Coach interviews. Today, I am joined by a coach from the Magikarp League, CherryManCake. So, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hi guys, what's up? It's Cherry here, coming at you guys. Oh, wait, this is a you thing, not a me thing. I'm a guest. Hi everyone.
So,
How's everyone doing?
Cherry is the coach of the Rose Tower Copperajahs, and he made it to semifinals, right? You lost
Yes,
to
correct.
TRT,
Yes,
which is
as I
tough. That was a
should.
tough draw for you, man.
Yeah, the 9 days misses was so sad. But I wasn't mad. I was like, I lost to TRT. How
Right.
That's as best as it can get.
Like,
So,
no, I don't want to take anything away from anybody else in Carp League because, like, I didn't pay super
oh
close
yeah,
attention to Carp, but I felt
100%.
like you two were the best two trainers. Like, I thought like the winner was going to be the winner of that game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Regardless of all the hacks on my end, it was an amazing game. And I I don't really want to sound too full of myself, but once TRT won, I was pretty confident he'd take it. Pretty confident.
Yeah.
Um, but
So let's just jump in right now. I've got 7 questions. I don't know if you've been watching the series so far.
I
You
have,
commented on the first one,
I have, I have been
so
watching.
I think there's only going to be one question that's a little bit different, like that I didn't ask everybody else.
Okay.
So, yeah, you should know them all except for the one, which I'm trying to cater at least 1 or 2 questions for every coach.
Hmm.
So question one, and leading off with this one every time. What was your first Pokemon game, your last Pokemon game, and what is your favorite Pokemon game? And again, it doesn't have to just be main series Pokemon games. So if your favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Snap or one of the mystery dungeons, then that's cool. Also, it includes ROM hacks.
Nice. Okay. So I am very young. So technically, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Black, but I don't consider that as my first one. I remember I was like 8 when I started. I didn't really play it that much, but my first, in my opinion, real game was Pokemon Y.
Okay.
That was my first ever one. The last game I've played was Pokemon Sword and Shield like 4 days ago. I had a draft match. Uh, and I guess my favorite overall, that's tricky. Um, I think it had to be Pokemon Y. I think
Yeah.
my first one was my favorite.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nostalgia is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And
I
I
just
like
think
X and Y personally. I like them more than a lot of people give them credit for.
yeah, like I just think like Megas was a cool
Yes.
concept, and it was just really cool. Like it came out on my birthday, the 13th October 2013. I remember that. Just like Mega Charizard Y, that's all time my favorite Mega. Which ironically was the one they gave you, but
Mm-hmm.
it was so cool just to click that Mega Evolution button and just see the graphics. Like it was great.
Yeah, I went into X and Y pretty dark. Like I didn't try to look up a whole lot of stuff. Like I knew what Zard X looked like, and
Mm-hmm.
I had Y of the 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And whenever I picked Charmander as the Kalos starter, as the Kanto starter that you get, like
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this black and blue Charizard. That's awesome. And then whenever it Mega Evolved, I was like, what the hell is this? Like I was so disappointed. Like I was like, I don't dislike what it looks like, but this isn't what I thought I was going to be getting.
Like the feeling of defeat. Like,
Yeah,
oh
and then like I
man.
looked it up and I was like, oh, I felt bamboozled.
I will say though, I like Xerneas more than Evoltal. I was kind of pissed. Like I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
mom, you got me a Pokemon game," and it was, oh, I wanted Xerneas, but it's okay.
I
It's
mean they're both
okay.
fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving on to number 2 is how did you get into Draft League?
Okay, so, this is okay. So back in the day, way back when, it was Sun and Moon meta. Way back when, I would get bored on like a Friday night or a Saturday night. So I would go on YouTube. This was before I knew about Twitch. I would go on YouTube, I would look up Pokemon, and I would filter it to live streams. So I
Hmm.
could see if anyone wanted to battle me in the Sun and Moon meta because I liked battling people. Um, and I came across this one guy's stream, and he was battling someone. And I was like, "Hey, can I battle you?" And he was like, "Oh no, this is a draft league match." So I was like, "Wait, what is draft league?" And then he like started like going into it or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, this seems pretty cool. Like, can I join?" And old me, they were like, "Oh no, this is just for friends, for people I know IRL." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I completely get that."
Hmm.
But months later, I ended up being the first person that they invited that they didn't know. It was a Facebook group, the PBR. I won't ever forget. It was a doubles league, and that was actually my first league back in like 2017, I think.
Oh wow!
Um,
So you've been playing draft league for like a third of your life, damn near. Good lord.
yeah, and I haven't ever since that day. I've never gone back to like Smogon. I rarely go on Smogon. But like Gen 6, I played like Gen 6 OU. That was really fun. Talonflame Gale Wings was really fun. Uh but other than that, yeah, once I went in, I never went out. So,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't really ladder like at all either. It's like I
yeah,
feel
it's
that.
it's I don't like all the Landos and the Heatrans and the Toxapex and
Yeah, you kind of
there's
just see the
nothing
same handful
unique.
of mons over and over
Yeah.
again. And yeah, I totally feel that 100%. And then
Yeah, I
the
would.
next question is I should probably put these questions in reverse order, honestly. It's how long have you been playing competitively?
Competitively, I started in Gen 6, so I think around 2014, 2015. But my draft league competitive career quote unquote started in 2017,
So did you play in
2018.
like tournaments and stuff or
I played in like single tournaments. I did play back in Gen 6. I did do some online VGC tours. I
okay.
remember distinctly because I was sitting on my couch and I was like, "Oh man, I entered in my age wrong on the Pokemon website. Oh man, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I still did it anyway. It was very, very fun." Um, but yeah, around 2015.
So were those online VGC tours, were those kind of like the current player cups, or were those a little bit different?
Yeah, pretty much. They're like you had I think they're exactly like the competitions now. It was like 1500 you started out with, you would do 15 battles a day, then from there you would rank up. That's kind of like how the Players Cup qualifiers are.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay,
I did
that's
pretty
cool.
bad, but
You'll have that. That happens. Okay, so next is what is your favorite low tier, and that's tier 4 or tier 5 Pokemon to use?
man, man, I watched TRT's video and I was watching Bucks, and I was like, oh, I know, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I like I'll kind of break it down. In WPF, I really liked Rhydon. Rhydon was amazing. I think it's slept on. I think it's a really
Yeah,
really
it's
good
good.
mon. I feel like for me, Registeel could be argued as a tier 3/tier 4, but I love
I've seen it
Registeel.
in tier 3. Is it in tier 3 in WPF? I don't remember.
I'm not sure,
I'd have to
but
pull up. I
I
think it's in tier
love
3.
Registeel. Registeel is amazing. Um, but yeah, like Rhydon and stuff like that, him on top and
I like him on
stuff
top
like
a
that.
lot.
So,
No, I almost drafted Rhydon this season in WPF, honestly, and then I think I ended up getting Palisand, so I didn't need a double ground typing.
oh, Palisand's nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
wait,
like him a
no, I
lot.
know what it is. It was Licky Licky. Oh yeah, Licky Licky. Here we go. Long speech incoming. So Licky
Go
Licky,
for it.
amazing witch passer. Very bulky. I realized in my first ever singles draft league, it was my own league that I started. I realized right then and there that if I don't have a wish passer on my team, I'm going to fail. And that happened. That's why I drafted Sylveon Jirachi on my WPF team. I love Double Wish. Double Wish is great. It just fits my playstyle really well, and I think Licky Licky carried me to a championship. It's a really good mon. I like that it gets, healing qualities, Wish Protect, Heal Bell, Toxic. It gets knockoff as well. It's kind of like, I guess you could say, a worse Audino, but I like it way better. It's just I love its coverage.
See,
And
it's funny you mentioned Audino. The last league I was in before WPF, I picked up and used Mega Audino, and I
oh,
actually
it's so
loved it.
good.
I
Oh,
actually
I loved
loved
it.
it because like you can
Um,
keep Regenerator. You don't have to Mega. You
yeah,
can keep
yep,
Regenerator, which is a fantastic ability. Normal typing is a good defensive typing,
yeah,
and like
agree.
Audino has a pretty decent move pool too.
Yeah, 100%. I used Mega Autono actually in a Gen 7 Ubers league. I had like Pex and Aegislash and things like that. It was so good. I loved it. It was my first time using it, and it gave me so many points for my extra stuff, and it
Hmm.
was great. Like, you don't have to Mega Evolve turn one. You can just use it as a regular Autono and then pop that Mega Evolution, and then you get more bulk. Like, it's great. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so moving on, and this is the one that's new for you. Is you recently got to play against 6 Foot Hacks in your Use Some Wi-Fi league. So, how nervous were you to play an established content creator like that? And do you think it affected your play in game?
Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so when me and Leo played, I was starstruck. Because Leo is an amazing content creator, and he was very, very popular back in Gen 7. He played like WBE,
Hmm.
GBA, he played in APA, he played in what was it? I forget what it is. But he played in so many Gen 7 leagues, and
UPA,
I think
is that
UPA.
it?
Yeah, I think so. If they had it back in Gen 7. But he's an amazing guy, and I was just so starstruck. I was like, "Oh my god, I need to think carefully." And I was doing so well, and then I misclicked, and then my heart sank. And,
Yeah, I remember watching that
um
video on your channel.
yeah, it was a really, really good match, and I was so thankful that I got into that league, because I played with other people that, I really, really enjoyed. Even though I did really bad, I was having the losing streak in a lot of other leagues at the same time as well, but it was great. It was very, very
Yeah,
good,
it had to
and
be fun to like go back and do like a Use Some Wi-Fi league too.
100%, especially, like, when you've done Gen 8 for a while, especially if you play Wi-Fi like I do, it's
Hmm.
it's amazing. Like, the hassle with LAN and even 20-minute timer, that doesn't even exist. Like, oh my gosh, I have a 90-second timer per turn
Yeah,
and a 60-minute overall timer. Like, that's a gift.
that's like
Um
the biggest reason. Like, I know a lot of people are really like bummed out about how the Diamond and Pearl remakes look, but like
mhm,
I'm
me
super
included.
excited for them just because I'm expecting the Wi-Fi team timer to be fixed.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sort of expecting it as well. I see what you're saying. Just don't mess it up, please, Game Freak. Please don't
right.
mess it up.
So,
Um,
next question is, how do you think? And this, all the guy, like I said, you just played 6 Foot Hacks. So, how do you think the talent in the WPF compares to other leagues that you're
so at the time of WPF, I was actually playing with 6 Foot Hacks and with other people as well.
in? Hmm.
And compared to the other leagues I were in, I felt that, I mean, like, no disrespect. I don't want to sound like full of myself, but I personally felt that I didn't really belong in Mandicarp, mainly because of the win streak I was having. I never imagined for me to go 8-0. Never. I felt that, in my opinion, I felt it was a mistake because, like, I personally don't think I'm that good. I think my team building and my prep is phenomenal. I think I can say that confidently, but I personally think that, like, my battling skill needs some work, of course. But I just felt that compared to the other leagues I were in, it I don't want to say it was easier because prep wise it wasn't. Like, All the people in Manicar made amazing cores and had amazing teams. And one team I want to point out is the Zoomerils. Their team was very scary. TRT 77's team was scary, and Caden's team was scary. So many other teams were scary in prep, and it just felt that I don't want to say that they're bad because everyone is unique in their own way. Me included, and everyone else. But I just felt that, like, I don't know, maybe I should have, went up with T4U and Lucky and people like that, because I just felt that me going undefeated I didn't belong. So.
Yeah, I can see that. Like you're gonna have that whenever you do like because this was the first season we did like the full on like they quote unquote talent split,
Hmm.
and like you would never I don't you hadn't been in the WPF before season 7, correct?
Correct. Mario B invited me here. Yeah.
So that's what I thought. It's like you guys know each other, or like at least online know each other, you know.
Yeah.
So like I think that's probably why. Like they didn't know you, and so
Yeah.
it's
And I
like it's
totally
hard
get
to
that.
yeah it's hard to play someone you've never seen play.
Yeah. 100%.
Like it's a hard job for those guys. Like I know I've talked to Shane and T4U about it, and it's hard. You know, like whenever you're trying to
Yeah.
evaluate, because like whenever the leagues got announced, like whenever they first told me like, oh, we're doing a talent split, I was like, I'm 100% going to be in Carp League. Like that's cool because like, I didn't play season 6, I did terrible
Mhm.
season 5, but I was like, oh,
Hey.
I got put in the big boy league. Okay, I was like a little bit out of place here, but we did okay. But yeah, it's tough doing that. You know, like the whole and that now they have like the hard challenge of doing like how do they move people down, how do they move
Yeah,
people up. Like
exactly.
it's not something I know. Like again, I've talked to Shane about it. Like they're not looking forward to doing that at all.
Like, I 100% see, like, and I totally feel for them. Like, I'm a commissioner myself, and I couldn't even imagine having 2 divisions and accepting new people. Like,
Hmm.
that's crazy. Like,
Because anyone, like
and
no matter how good someone is, you can have a bad season.
oh,
Like
100%. Me
like
in Gen 7, I went 2 and what, 9? Like, I
hmm
literally horrific. My league, I went downhill. I started what 5-1, and then I went on a losing streak there. Another league I'm in, I went 0-4 at 7 weeks. Like, definitely, and that
and
shouldn't
if you
really define someone. Yeah,
And
100%.
like if you look at like the teams that missed playoffs in Gyarados division, like Pardis has won the league
Yeah.
twice. Like he's a fantastic battler. Mario was the Carp League champion the season before. I've watched his, why his draft stuff on his channel.
Hmm.
He's a really really good player. Like it's hard. Like whenever
Oh
you're
yeah,
like and so like it's not like you can't really punish somebody for having a bad season, but you also want to reward the people who had really good seasons. Like I don't envy them
exactly.
at all. But
I
move on to the
definitely
last
agree.
question. And what inspired you to create content for YouTube?
Huh. Okay. So the coronavirus, the pandemic has been stressing me out because I think I can safely say that I'm an overachiever, especially when it comes to my education, because I really, really care about going to college and about, evolving and, getting a job and working for what I think I could do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt that, like, I was stressed at the moment. And I was like, hey, I got a new PC. I built it. I love Pokemon, and people say that I'm very talkative. So why not share that with other people? I like human interaction. I like interacting with other people, and the coronavirus and the pandemic just took that away from me. So it was like a win-win. Like, it was an escape.
Yeah.
And because of me, like, making content, I guess people love me. I mean, I don't know, but I've made relationships with other people, and it's a small world. It's definitely a small community. Um, and I'm very, very thankful that I clicked the record button and started. Like, it all started, I stole my dad's headset that he used from work, and got my capture card in the mail. I set it up the same day. My first test video is like 2 minutes long. I think it's on my YouTube channel. I was like, hey, this is cool. I'm gonna do something with this, and I don't regret any second.
That's cool. Like, it's always good to try to find like positive creative outlets.
Oh,
Like, it's such a big
100%.
difference than like, especially someone like you're young. Like, for someone young, whenever you're having like a tough time, so it's so good to be able to have like that kind of like positive creative outlet, and that's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I've said, I've met so many amazing people. I've met you, I've met TRT, me and Mario's relationship grew. I've met other people. I've formed relationships with people I never thought I would, and it's just been nothing but great and amazing. And
And a
like I said,
growing
I'm so
rivalry with our one and only Caden.
yes. Oh my gosh, that was great too. That was amazing. And I'm just so thankful, like I said, that I hit the record button and just, started
That's cool,
talking.
man. But I will let you get to your other draft league match. Thanks for sitting down and doing this with me. This is fun.
No, thank you. I was like, "Hey, I don't know. I didn't really get a shout out or anything. He didn't really like DM me. I don't know if I should DM him." He was saying, "Hey, uh, I'm taking, interviews and stuff like that." And I'm like, should I? I don't know." So, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you
I
were
appreciate it.
one of the people that I was really hoping would say something that didn't. So
Yeah, I was
I was
like, "I
like,
don't know if I should reach out first or if he should reach out to me. I don't know."
when it
So,
came down to it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to a few people that didn't reach out to me, and you were one of the people I reached out to, and I'm glad you wanted to do it. Seriously.
oh yeah, I love the series that you're making, and I'm excited to rewatch this back and cry and cringe.
But I'm glad you were able to do it. Have fun in your draft match. Is there anything you want to add?
I just want to say thank you to the admins of the league for inviting me there. I wanted I because that just formed it allowed me to form relationships with other people that, like I said, I never thought I would form like TRT, like he's an amazing guy, and he has um, blessed me with other relationships and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you to the admins for letting me participate, and I'm excited for the future of WPF.
Cool. So that'll do it for us today, guys. I will have a link to Cherry's channel down in the description. So if for whatever reason you're subscribed to me and you're not subscribed to him, go down there, go watch his content. It's way better than the stuff I make, and he's better at Pokemon than me. So if you're subscribed to me and you're watching me, go watch him. So that'll wrap it up for us today. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way through this, we will catch you guys next time. Have a good one.